Josh, you seen Christina? It's Mobility Day.
I haven't seen her.
She was here before, but I
I think
don't.
she's over here.
Okay. Hey, Christina, Mobility.
Christina, where are you? Hey,
What? Curls?
Curl?
Just pumping the guns up for Mobility Day?
Hey, Christina, did you forget?
Hi everyone. Today we're going to do a little bit of an extension of the knee work that we did last week. Last week we talked about anterior knee pain and some of that kind of patellofemoral pain. Today we're going to talk more about some of the knees in. It's really common, especially in new lifters, that you tend to see this caving in of the knees as you're either going down for the squat at the bottom or coming back up. A lot of times coaches will cue the knees out, which is great, and you do the banded squats to start strengthening up some of the hip stabilizers, because that can be an issue for squatting. But another thing that often isn't addressed as much is there might be tightness on the insides of your legs. So if you have tightness in the adductor group, adductors, on the inside of your thigh, then it doesn't matter how strong your adductors on the outside of your hip are, because they just physically can't lengthen to that extent to get you into that bottom position. So today I'm going to show you two different variations of some adductor release. One's a little bit less intense than the other. So I would want you to start in the first type of category with the foam roller and then advance onto the kettlebell, which will be the second release that I'll show you. I'm going to have Josh here. He's going to start by kind of straddling the foam roller. He's going to have his, if he's going to go on his right leg, he's going to have his left leg back behind him, his right leg up into like a figure 4 position. Your adductors come from right into your pelvis and attach, there's a group of them, they attach at different points in the inner thigh and come into attach the knee. Your adductor magnus comes into the inside of the knee. So I want Josh to start up at the hip, right at the hip joint. He's going to feel probably some tightness through there, and then he's going to travel down the knee. Step 1 would be to just travel straight up and down the musculature in the inside of the thigh. If he's okay with this, then I'm going to get him to internally and externally rotate his hip, which means that he's going to bring his heel towards the ceiling. Good? And down. So what that's doing, it's kind of going across the bulk of the muscle so that it's not just going on one line, it's going across the width of the muscle. I tend to see a lot of tightness, especially on the right inside of the knee as it attaches, and right close to the hip. So where the muscle inserts into either joint. He's going to relax his face. This is step 1. This is quote unquote the easiest. This release can be really aggressive and can make you feel slightly nauseous. So just be careful, moderate the amount of pressure that you have through the foam roller and make sure that you're able to relax your body enough to achieve the release. If you're okay here and this is all right, the next release is you're going to do it with a kettlebell. Same type of idea, same musculature that you're releasing, but the kettlebell is a little bit more aggressive. The reason why I like using a kettlebell instead of a lacrosse ball is because it being elevated off the ground, it's easier to get in than trying to be really flexible and get yourself flat on the ground, especially if you are having trouble with this muscle group. It's going to be tough for you to get into that position with that close to the ground. So this kind of so right now he's straightening and flexing his knees. I also want him to come up and down. Yeah. This release is very aggressive, so I would start with the foam roller first, make sure that you can tolerate that release, and then move on to the adductors with the kettlebell. So, addressing both aspects, if you do have some weakness in your hip, banded squats are excellent. The cueing, sometimes you just need to think about your position of your knees when you're in your squat, but sometimes it is the length of your adductor muscles, so attacking these as well can help with that caving in.